Boom shakalaka. What is going on, everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and I am joined today by Luke Shipley, the co-founder of Zinc. What's going on, Luke?
Hey, Randall. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. Good to have you here. Now, Zinc is a name that a lot of people may not have heard of. Where does Zinc come from?
Good question. Good question. That was a stroke of genius from our designer. We actually rebranded to Zinc in July. We were previously R-Block, and we wanted to change the branding to try and reach a wider audience. So I can't take the credit for that one, but it's come right out of the design team.
Okay, wonderful. So what is Zinc doing? What is Zinc?
Zinc is a work-based identity and reputation system. So we have a couple of tools, a referencing tool and a work-proof tool to allow people to collect peer-to-peer proofs and hold information about their work histories in any form of work that they've done. We package that up as a hiring toolkit for companies and recruiters who are looking to hire, so they can empower the applicants that are applying to their jobs and allow them to own the data that they collect and go about recruiting in a bit of a more efficient way.
Gotcha. So it sounds a little bit like Zinc is like something like Monster or Indeed or one of those platforms. Why would someone want to use Zinc as opposed to one of those platforms?
So there's no discoverability at the moment. It's not a search-based platform. It's quite a privacy-orientated platform right now. We do have plans to create a job market, but we're not quite there yet. It's really focused on validating and verifying your work-based information. So any kind of information that's collected, you prove yourself, or companies collect on you, you hopefully won't have to go through those processes over and over again throughout the rest of your career. You pass a test when you're interviewing for a company, then you can hold a proof of that in your Zinc-based work identity, and then hopefully reduce the amount of repetition of these kind of things that you have to do. Keep proving your residency or keep proving your eligibility to work. That's the idea.
That's a pretty cool concept because it kind of helps both the job seeker and the hiring person, because the job seeker doesn't have to remember everything they've done and doesn't have to write down everything they've done. And then the person hiring doesn't have to second guess everything, wondering if they just made it up. So it'll kind of be able to follow the person. How is it that you're able to kind of link it with the person?
So we attach any information that's collected and proofed on Zinc to an individual's Ethereum-based identity. We're built on the Ethereum blockchain, and we use these smart contracts called ERC-725 based contracts, and we attach proofs of information that's collected to these contracts so that people can rely on this information and know they can trust it. The problems that we face in hiring mainly revolve around trust, and that's why we tend to go through these processes over and over again throughout our careers, which isn't a particularly efficient way of going about it.
Yeah. So ERC-725 is a new one for me and probably for a lot of people listening. How does that differ from ERC-20 or something that we're more familiar with?
So it's another Ethereum 20. However, it's related to identity. Mm-hmm. So it's essentially this contract standard which defines certain set of criteria for identity contracts, the kind of keys that are associated to that contract, and the claims and proofs which you can store in these contracts. So it's not you can actually hold tokens in these forms of contracts too. So you hold your reputation tokens in your ERC-725 contract, but it's not a token standard as such.
Cool. So how did you get into this? What did you do before Zinc and before R-Block? Tell us a bit about yourself.
So I guess I was quite lucky in that I was around a few other kind of more forward-thinking people than myself in 2015, 2016. I one of my co-founders of a previous startup had put his entire life savings into Bitcoin, which was quite a remarkable thing to do at that time, which got my attention initially. And fairly soon after that, I joined a consultancy who were also quite forward thinking about that time Bitcoin and blockchain. And they were working with some of the early Bitcoin blockchain startups. So I got to know those businesses fairly well and got pretty excited from there. Realized that I needed to take this further.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So aside from the rebranding from R Block to Zinc, what else have you guys been working on?
We have recently had our public launch, literally just a couple of days ago. So anybody can use the platform on our public site, which is zinc.work. We have just had a really cool experience as one of the official dApps of ETH Berlin, which was a couple of weeks ago. It was a big Ethereum-based conference, and we were providing work proofs for people who attended that event, and we managed to deploy sort of over 100 mainnet-based ERC-725-based identities off the back of that, which was our kind of big first experiment deploying mainnet identities, which was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Very nice, very nice. And what have you guys got coming up?
We are promoting our platform. We're trying to drive usage and acquire customers. It's free to sign up currently. If you head to zinc.work, then your account will be funded with 30 Zinc tokens for signing up to start playing around with some of the tools. We're going to be at DevCon next month, DevCon 4, Ethereum-based conference. And technically, we're working on some pretty interesting stuff around identity, background checking, and integrating with some partners, which we'll be announcing to our community soon, hopefully.
Very cool. So who do you guys want signing up on your platform? Is it just people looking for jobs? Is it people hiring, or is there someone different?
So yeah, we're trying to create a double-sided market. We, as I mentioned earlier, we don't have any kind of discoverability or searchability at the moment, but we do want to create a full circle job ecosystem. So we are looking to try and attract workers and companies or recruiters that are hiring to use the platform. Arguably, companies or recruiters have got the most to gain from the platform at the moment, and they have these free tools that they can use to kind of screen applicants. But we think it's a pretty attractive place to start building out your work identity, if that's something you're interested in. We're focused on the technology sector to begin with. Mm-hmm. We're trying to build a network within tech, and then hopefully we'll be able to broaden out to wider markets.
Very cool. Very cool. So anything else you got going on? Anything else you wanted to talk about on this?
I think that's it. I think we're that's it. If you want to check out Zinc, then yeah, head to zinc.work.
All right. So yeah, everyone who wants to find out more about Zinc, go to zinc.work. You can get 30 Zinc tokens for checking it out, and then also being part of it. Well, Luke, thanks very much. It's been fun, and then I'll catch you later.
Hey, Randall. Thanks a lot for having me.